war. It was all done in the name of the company. The Big D. We wanted to expand our vast empire of all-inclusive theme parks outside of America. Outside of Japan. Outside of China. Being a massive corporation that plays well with everyone isn't easy. And it isn't sustainable. After attempting to open Disneyland Toronto for decades and being shut down by Toronto Maple Syrup Farmers Union 237 over land rights, we went to the next best place. Fallujah. Disneyland Fallujah was supposed to be just like all the others. The Disney charm and inventiveness, the novelty and the thrilling rides complete with intense theming down to the littlest detail. But when we went to the Disney Vault to seek the blessing from the Big Walt, he warned us about trying to build outside of a culture we don't understand. But we always did that. And besides, 50% of the time when things would go terribly wrong and anomalous demonic entities roamed the earth, nothing ever went wrong on the happiest place on earth. Disneyland Fallujah was supposed to be the happiest place on earth. But now, on this episode of the Fear Fiction Podcast, the boys will discover the truth about what happened at this Disneyland theme park, where all the cows from the petting zoo have gone, the degeneracy of the explorer's outpost, and how an army of invading vultures and their anti-American ideology turned an army of giant arachnid spiders with Walt Disney's brain inside of them against us. This whole thing was sus from the start, and now I have imposter syndrome.
Welcome to the Fear Fiction Podcast. Fearfic is the term for short horror fiction, mostly posted on the web. It includes any and all related subgenres. Join three assholes talking basement goo Slimebeast, inebriated interstellar traveler Abysmii, and irritable ghostly man-horde Dead Palette, as they read all stories horror and internet-related, paragraph by paragraph, and bullshit while they do it. From adolescent revenge fantasies to subtle postmodern narratives about real-life events and everything in between, they read it and critique. You better believe it. Kick it to the cold open, white boy.
Why do aliens only abduct cows and humans?
Because they are the two most advanced forms of life on Earth. I know everyone's like dolphins and octopus and all this other shit, but we've done the math, and really, if you think about it, humans, technological advances, opposable thumbs, all that bullshit. Cows, you're probably wondering, dumb animals. But here's the thing. If they're so dumb, why do humans keep making sure that they have a massive population despite consuming them at record levels? Is it very possible that cows have a one-over on humans to basically make them, just serve them, essentially? Not just to themselves, but to have their population explode and to take care of them constantly.
So, DP, when you thought of this cold open, did you realize Abysmii had done so much fucking thinking about this his entire life?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, is I think that this is a very important question, because, if they're abducting cows and humans, it could mean that, one, we're the most intelligent species, cows and humans. It could also mean that we are the sexiest and most desirable, which, again, going back to your point, Abysmii, about the smartest animals, people often say dolphins. Yeah, but dolphins aren't nearly as sexy as cows, so just moving on. And then third, I think that maybe it's because we both produce shitloads of CO2 and they're just trying to pick us off one by one to preserve the planet.
That's possible. And to go back to your point about dolphins, they're a bunch of rapey fuckers, so,
Yeah, no,
screw them.
Literally.
Yeah.
Literally rapey,
fuckers. Hashtag yes, all dolphins.
All dolphins. I don't even feel bad that the military is training them to dismantle mines. I don't give a shit. And to your point about them being the sexiest, also too, because which two species on Earth has the best set of tits?
Absolutely. I mean...
Yeah.
First of all, dolphins raping sea mines to death. Secondly... I think there are multiple options here. One, it could be that they're not aliens at all. They're just they're just India's space program.
They're just the EPA.
Is it just the EPA coming to steal our cows? 2.
Is the EPA abducting humans and cows for experiments?
Yes. 2.
Game theory.
God damn it. Matt Pat, what's wrong with you?
Can we get QAnon Matt Pat?
Hey everybody, Q-Poo here. Secondly, we may be part of an an intergalactic taste testing program between human and cow milk. Huh? Can you tell the difference? Huh?
Everyone is experimenting with different types of milk, so yeah, that makes sense.
Everyone's experimenting with different types of milk. Yeah, sure.
Oh, and you know what? It's Year the Ox, and you know how much cowgirl porn there is out there, as in girls dressed up as cows? It has exploded. It is not a coincidence whatsoever.
It's really unfortunate that there's a lot of cowgirl porn, but there's not a lot of cowgirl porn, you know?
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of girl-cow porn, which is kind of disturbing.
Absolutely a different thing that should be condemned outright.
Yes.
But I mean, that does get to the other thing I wanted to discuss today, which is that all women who drink milk are lesbians.
Okay.
What type of milk?
Now, what if you don't drink milk and you're female? Are you lesbo intolerant?
Oh no.
Ooh, that's problematic.
Yeah.
Does female lactose intolerance? Are you saying that certain women have a genetic disposition to being intolerant?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some race realist stuff right there.
Race realist Abysmii. But the third option is that maybe people just don't notice that other farm animals go missing because cows are bigger. Anyway. Where'd the pig go? I don't know. Where'd the cow go? Must be aliens.
Just imagine someone walking into one of those factory farms with, 10,000 chickens in a fucking coop, and it's like, something's off!
Wait a minute!
Where's 5,482?
If we got rid of factory farming, I would, just as someone who occasionally drives the length of California, I would be very happy to get rid of it because, sure, unethical and immoral and sad, but also it smells fucking awful for miles to drive by that shit.
More like factory farting, am I right?
Yeah.
Aliens just come down and go to California, and they're like, I thought there would be more cows here, considering they're in the name.
Yep.
California. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you that one.
Okay, yeah.
It's a stretch, but I'll give it to you. That's
California. No doubt about it.
Can we get Red Hot Chili Peppers, but they're all cows?
Didn't they have an album where they were all on the cover dressed as cows? Sounds like something they do.
I think that was oh fuck. No, I'm thinking of Bloodhound Gang. They're monkeys.
Yeah, they all dressed up as cows. Yeah.
Can't stop. I need another milking.
God damn it. Mom, don't come in. I'm jelqing. What? What? What song is this?
I had to explain jelqing to Paprika the other day.
You didn't have to.
You didn't ask.
She asked. She is behind up the memes, and I'm behind up the memes, so it's like the blind leading the blind.
All she did was she asked what you were doing in the bathroom for such a long time. She didn't ask you what it meant.
We have an open door policy in our house about the bathroom, so no, it was all up.
You have a giant cat flap on the bathroom door.
I do. What the fuck did I even cut your meat for you? Asshole!
Abysmii! No! Abysmii! No! Stop!
That was perfect timing, thank you.
I hate you.
I love you.
I love you. Oh my god.
Perfect.
What are we reading?
My divorce papers. We are reading a tape from Treasure Island from the Creepypasta wiki.
She gets a part of the divorce forms wrong, and you're like, you didn't fill out section 238(9)/B correctly. Tape from Treasure Island, which, from what I understand, is a place in Disney, and it's a part of Disney that's been abandoned. I'm not saying this in reference to anything that we're doing. I'm just trying to trip the YouTube algorithm.
Mm-hmm. It was abandoned a fortnight ago, and there were some CEOs who were fall guys for the bankruptcy, And Among
Is
Us
Fall Guys
is
even
Paprika.
popular anymore?
No.
No, but
like-
it is just fun to pull it out of just. It's a thing that people talk about and no one does.
Boy, the new Among Us map sucks. Anyway.
I mean, like, Among Us, I still see cropping up a little bit. Fall Guys, that had a shelf life of a week.
Hey guys. Sus.
Here's what I hate. I was big on using the term sus before it popped off.
Oh, you're a impost hipster?
No, but it was fun because like it used to be just like, man, that's pretty sus, and it was a fun thing to say.
Oh well.
And now it's so you're automatically associated anyway. I digress. It's frustrating.
Well, it's one of those annoying things where sus as a term existed long before Among Us.
Yeah.
And, like, then it becomes a thing, and you realize, oh, shit, I can't use this at work the same way anymore because it's going to mean something else in popular culture.
Why were you calling people at work sus?
I was sussing out certain things about suspicious characters.
About sus people. You were sussing out things about sus people.
What the You
I
were
was
double
sussing out
sus.
I was sussing out some sus suspects.
I was sussing some Robotus in.
I am looking forward to the day where some junior attorney who is like fucking, 5 years my junior has their first CMC and goes, I don't know, Your Honor, defense counsel pretty sus.
Yeah.
And then like the judge is also young enough to realize what that is, and they like, oh shit, okay, I went to the drive-thru the other day for In-N-Out because I was craving In-N-Out, and I'm getting my food. And not the person handing me my food, someone else just walks up and says, hey man, what's up? And puts his fist out for me to bump it. And, like, I haven't had that interaction with a human in, 15 months.
So you started jelqing, yeah.
Started joking in the car. And I'm just looking at it, I'm like, oh right, you have to fist bump. That's what you do. And, like, it was the most awkward fucking interaction I've had in a year. So weird.
And the guy pointed at you and he said, sus, and everybody threw you out of the restaurant.
No, he turned to his coworker and said, yeah, he wasn't into it. I'm like, dude, no, I'm into it, but, like, you can't just do that to me. It's 2021. I don't know what's happening.
I like the idea of, like, Abysmii is like, man, I can't go out anymore. I need a new hobby. Jelqing.
Jelqing in public.
I'm going to be a pro jelker.
I can't go outdoors anymore. I'm going to be a public jelker. Wait, what? Wait.
Well, I mean, you have to be, somewhat.
Abysmii in his plexiglass jelqing cube in the middle of the street.
Plexiglass jelking cube.
I like that we've all seen that one porno.
What?
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
The plexiglass cube, the cube that you can see out but can't see in.
Yeah. Or maybe the opposite.
The opposite.
Who's around me? Oh no.
It's mirrored on the inside, so Abysmii's always turned on.
You want to know how I got this big misshapen wiener?
God damn it. My
Get it?
father.
No, because he's the jelker.
Yeah.
Look, Slimebeast, we can talk about this, or we can read this story that inevitably has ripped off Abandoned by Disney. It's your choice.
Okay, DP, I have to ask you, why the fixation?
Yeah.
The oral fixation?
Why the off-oral fixation?
Off-oral fixation? Well, let's read the story instead of discussing that. A tape from Treasure Island, Post 1. Hello, all. Today I went on an interesting trip. It took me a while to save up for the plane ticket, but it was worth it. Saving up for a plane ticket, you didn't get around to doing it for a while. Ding! That's a sin. That's a sin. Before I get into too much detail, I should introduce myself. Well, not really. I'm very paranoid.
What?
Before we get into anything, let me introduce myself. But never mind. Anyway.
I like that. That's fun. Well, not really. I'm very paranoid when it comes to the internet, and I won't disclose my real name. So just call me Delmar.
No.
They'll delete this name. I don't know what it is about that name, but I've taken a liking to it recently.
What? Yeah, this is me. Well, actually not. This is me filming someone else, so I don't know.
This is me. You may be asking yourself how I got into this situation, being Delmar and all. What? Just has a name tag and the camera focuses on it. This is me.
Yeah, this is me. I bet you're wondering how I got in this situation. Well, actually, this isn't me. I'm the one behind the camera. I'm documenting these events. Okay, let's get down to business. I recently got a plane ticket to Florida and booked a stay in a small hotel near a special location. It was worth the 6-hour plane ride for where I was going.
Was it?
6 hours?
Was
Where
it
are you
really?
flying from Canada?
It was about a 6-hour plane ride. If you haven't heard it,
is there a Canadian Disney park, and has it been abandoned?
Fuck, I'll look it up.
The sign said Mounties only. I knew I had to get in there.
it's just a giant hurdle that a horse has to jump over.
Yes.
No way I can clear that.
There was a statue of Bullwinkle out in the courtyard.
So it looks like no, but they've been trying to bring Disneyland to Toronto since 2018.
Gross.
Hilarious.
I wouldn't shake hands with a Torontonite for all of the maple syrup in New Hampshire. If you haven't heard of it, I was planning to visit an abandoned Disney resort called Discovery Island. I did my research, and it was originally known as Treasure Island in the early 70s.
Hey, somebody who actually knows what they're talking about.
Hey.
All these people that are like, the Abandoned by Disney story references Treasure Island, but it actually was called Discovery Island. Okay. Alright.
This fictional story is pretty fictional, if you think about it.
I'm Q-Pat.
We're just merging a bunch of terrible people. Conspiracy theorists, Matt Pat, and Cinema Sins just going into one person that is just uber snarky and annoying.
I like the idea of Matt Pat creating theories about Nancy Pelosi's emails in a video. What could this mean? Ordering pizza? Where have I heard that before?
Where have I heard this before? Botox.
Yeah.
Couldn't be that she's an old fucking hag.
No.
The mystery behind the island is very intriguing to me because it was shut down suddenly in 1999. There was a lot of controversy behind the island, what with a bear coming and committing mass arson. And it's commonly accepted that is the reason behind the island's abandonment. I don't necessarily accept that as easily as others might. Don't get me wrong, I do believe it, but solely because of the fact that there isn't enough information on the subject to prove it. This theory doesn't quite settle right with me.
Then you don't believe it, you accept it as a possible explanation. Believing means you typically...
Believe something?
Yeah, like you believe it and you don't necessarily need proof or knowledge of.
Like, I like how you're so befuddled by this that you're like, holy shit, I have to define what the word believe means.
Right? Like, seriously, my job has ruined me of picking apart literal meanings of things, and that's not always fair with creative writing, and I understand that, and it's wreaking hell on my marriage, but, I believe this. I don't buy it, but I believe it.
Webster's Dictionary defines jelqing as...
The Urban Dictionary is a perfect document. I'm going to say that right now.
So yeah, I mean, I don't believe that was why the island was really shut down, is, from Abandoned by Disney. So anyway.
Don't get me wrong, I do believe it.
I think the real reason the place was shut down was because of an individual known as the Jelqer.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't any public transportation to the island, so I had to call up a buddy to drop me off there. It has been about a day since my arrival to Florida, and I've got all my gear ready. We have a lot of weird tense shifts here. I brought a notebook for quick notes, a laptop for typing down documents, a vintage map of the island, which I discovered on the internet, a GPS, and a geocache. If I was going to an abandoned by Disney park, I was going to hide a geocache there.
Saying that in a belch is the best way to say it.
I was going to bring a camera, but I had spent all of my money on the plane tickets and the hotel reservation. Wait, you have a buddy? Just stay with him.
Yeah, and take his camera.
Yeah, take your phone.
It's not so much a buddy as it is an Uber. I'm a very empathetic person.
When
I don't have any friends.
An Uber-type app just for a friend to come over and spend time with you?
I know we joke about, like...
I know we joke about...
We joke about people ripping off Abandoned by Disney, but... This is a bit shameless.
By the way, that is our barbershop quartet name, the Jelqabouts.
Joking,
Hello,
joking,
hello.
joking.
Can we change it to jelqer reduce?
Yes.
Sure.
But we'll have to
Ooh.
be from Australia.
No.
Yeah.
It's got to be branded in the jelqers.
Yes.
Yes, I'm being left out of the jelqing.
Yeah.
I can't be
It's the
part of
ultimate
mess.
irony.
How is it the ultimate irony?
Because we all know Dead Ballot jelks constantly.
Jokes all the time.
Jelking right now.
Because if we say Chris and the jelqers, that we don't know who that describes amongst us. So
True.
yeah.
Alright, so I hopped onto his boat and we were off. The warm Florida air swerved past my temple. What? The warm Florida air swerved past my temple, which is what I call my body, because it's a temple. Swerved? Okay.
That is technically acceptable.
Yeah. It
Technically
didn't
speaking,
pass
that is a
through.
terrible way of saying the wind swept through my hair.
Instead
it went
of
past my temple over my ocular lobe.
Instead of- Go ahead.
Classic wind not caving in someone's skull
Right.
trope. Ding.
Instead of burrowing a hole through my head the size of a fucking baseball, the warm Florida air swerved past my temple and into the roots of my hair, relaxing me. My hair inflated. What? I had an afro suddenly. This all went away as soon as the boat stopped and the air was not moving anymore. Oh, okay. This all went away as soon as the island entered my line of sight. I can't explain it. It was a strange mixture of happiness, excitement, and dread. I couldn't explain... I'm sorry, what?
Nothing.
I couldn't explain, again, to you why I felt dread, but I did. I also noticed the air got thicker as we reached the island. Now it was beating against my face, like fists.
I began to bruise all over my body.
Yeah, it punched me right in the temple. I told myself it must be the humidity, but in hindsight, that wouldn't really make much sense. Thank you for telling us that. The change was too quick. It wasn't gradual enough to be natural. Ignoring it, my buddy pressed on towards the island. Strange, he didn't seem to comment on the things I've noticed.
So, I have to do the inevitable. Let's compare and contrast here with Abandoned by Disney.
This is the problem when Brandon says, hey guys, wouldn't it be to epic lulls to read a Disney story?
Well, we're still going to have fun with it, but in Abandoned by Disney, the dread is shown, not told. Saying, like, the wind was heavy because, I don't know, gravity increased by 0.5%, and I started feeling weird. Like, no, just, why is the island weird? Why are you saying I felt dread for an inexplicable reason? Stay tuned for the story you're still reading.
But I can kind of understand where they're coming from. I think that it isn't explaining its concept well, but I think what is always fun, not just in Abandoned by Disney, but in a lot of stories, is the slow buildup of, like, something is, like, off, but not off enough to where it's just, you know, ramping up immediately. It's like, and the air kind of got heavy and weird, and I don't know, it's just kind of like having, like, a weird out-of-body experience, you know, just weird, slightly off things.
I could see that. I could see that if it was going more into, I'm an urban explorer, here's what I do. I've done this, you know, 100 times before, but every time I'm about to go check out a place, I still get butterflies in my stomach, and go into how you're doing something technically illegal, and there's always the thrill of that. You know, you could go into why people are so attracted and why we romanticize the idea of urban exploration. But here, it's really just, yeah, man, I went here. Post number 1, I had my laptop with me and my GPS, and then the air got really viscous and started assaulting me in the face. Kind of weird, but it's just kind of strange.
The course of events is, at first, the wind's weak, then the wind's heavy, the wind's on his temple ready, and then the wind's spaghetti.
I will say that also what I'm noticing is that this is trying to build to, like, some sort of conspiracy, that there's an explanation as to why the official story doesn't line up.
Bum, bum, bum.
But I think that that's kind of, like, let's say that this is, like, piggybacking off of but not copying Abandoned by Disney, is just trying to, like, go further into that. It's not playing up the conspiratorial aspect enough, I would say.
Yeah, I should be clear, as I usually try to be, that, you know, everybody's welcome to write their own story in that universe. It doesn't fucking matter. You know, the only time it bothers me is if people directly just tell the same story, or if they say, I have an original idea that is from nothing, and then I'm like, oh, come on.
Absolutely. I don't think despite all the setup, that this was going to be the same story.
Right.
Because the title of the story is A Tape from Treasure Island, which is telling me that that the tape is going to have some sort of lost media on it that's horrific. So hopefully it's doing something different. When we arrived at the island, finally, after all the research, I was finally able to expose the world to what really happened to this mysterious island. Well, if I find anything to expose, that is. After stepping off the boat, his boat, I felt a sense of satisfaction. All my hard work had led up to this. I waved goodbye to my friend as he left me to my own devices. I looked around for any landmarks.
So, I was going to say, we had a term that we coined a while back. What was it? Instant retraction or something? Mm-hmm. This is full of instant retraction. I'm going to tell you my name, but no, I'm not. I'm going to expose what's here. If there is anything, there's a lot of that thing where it's, I stepped onto the island, but I didn't.
It's a lot of pregnant promises that do not get realized later.
The pregnant promises, by the way, I think are a group of young pregnant Christian women who sing.
It's everyone from 16 and pregnant who made a supergroup.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. See, I was thinking that the first one where it was like, I want to tell you, first let me tell you who I am. No, never mind.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of like fun and cheeky, but I'm wondering how intentional that fun and cheekiness is.
You think it's being like, I'm going to tell you who I am. No, I'm just kidding. That's fucking stupid. Why would I give my name out when I'm breaking the law? But no, it's just someone not, really realizing that's a dumb thing to say.
Yeah, I'm already feeling like this would just benefit from editing for clarity.
Well, and this is a constant problem with so Creepypasta, and I know we complain about No Sleep being very formulaic, but so is Creepypasta. We can immediately identify most stories into a trope. If it's, abandoned by Disney, if it's Disney fiction, if it's a Holder series, if it's a haunted video game, whatever. But the standout examples in each of those tropes subvert and kind of elaborate on the formula.
What would you say is a really great example of a story that subverted a genre? I don't know, let's pick the Lost Episode genre.
Pale Luna.
Fuck off. That's a haunted video game.
It's not a video game, I'm sorry.
What story would you say is the best Lost Episodes story?
I don't know what I would say my favorite Lost Episode story would be, but I don't know.
The thing is, the ones that people typically enjoy have done something new with it. This one in particular is very typical of just, okay, I'm going to use this framework and I'm barely going to budge from it, so it's going to wear its influences on its sleeve, very obviously. And that's an issue.
Also,
because it's not even doing it well.
Also, Editing for Clarity is my Bowling for Soup cover band where we fix their songs.
That should be a good song.
By just writing something entirely different?
Yes. We edit their songs for clarity.
Okay, after finding a landmark that is, I figured out where I was on the map and headed off from where I thought was the most plausible places to find information were. So what, you're not going to tell us what the landmark was? That seems odd. The first place I had in mind was the information booth. I looked at all of the entrances. This was definitely a Disney park. Yep.
There were just Disney corpses everywhere, strung up from the gates. It was like the Fallujah of Disney World.
I looked around and realized, oh wait, this is Six Flags. Shit.
God damn it.
Oh, Lord Disney Fallujah? Oh. That's so raw.
Somebody out there is eventually going to make a compilation of horrible things that I've said. There's another one for you.
I mean, I am waiting on someone in the we're not big enough for people in the fandom to start making compilations, but when they're making fan compilations, that's when you've hit it.
Yeah, do it. Somebody double make a fan compilation.
Double.
Oh, Lord. It was very well crafted and detailed. Most of the display looked sun damaged and a bit cracked. If some of it you could say looked sandblasted. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess after years of wear and tear from the unforgiving, Florida weather took its toll.
Some of it was sandblasted, some of it was cum blasted. Either way, it was all ruined.
Ass blasted.
Ass blasted, yeah.
I continued until I reached what looked like the information booth. The sign was faded and the paint was chipping. It was hanging by a nail and obscured my view of the inside. I slid it out of the way. Inside was a perfectly normal information booth as expected.
Whew.
Releasing all the tension in the room. There was an eggshell white desk with assorted tickets on it. It even had some pamphlets mixed in. Ooh, wow, that's spicy. Taking the liberties of grabbing one of the pamphlets, I ran to the nearest bench and laid it out. Also faded and water damaged, I deciphered as much of the text as I could and typed it into a Word document on your laptop, I suppose?
Exciting. And yes, they did say they brought a laptop.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that's right.
He has a laptop in his back pocket.
Okay. I've been walking a half cock and a that bobbin. Babkins. I had an internet connection.
So, strictly speaking, if you're going to go urban exploring over bodies of water, you're going to try to limit the amount of electronics you're going to take.
Nah.
And like having, I don't know when this was written, but smartphones have been able to take decent pictures for a long time. I think you would just take your smartphone in some watertight container and just, use that to take pictures and record things. You're not going to sit down, open up your laptop and be like, "Dear diary, I just found something at the information booth."
I'll just sit here on this bench with Ronald McDonald. Don't know why this is here.
Yeah, I get that, this is the setup, so these posts are why they're here, but it's entirely unnecessary. This place was...
I feel like that sort of is maybe a setup for the author dying at the end or something, because usually that's the thing.
Oh, maybe.
It's usually the thing where I'm writing this now. Don't get ahead of me here, but I'm in the story at the moment. Don't get ahead of what's going to happen to me.
This place was closed in the 90s. Why would there be free Wi-Fi here? Because Starlink from our overlord Elon Musk? God. Even if I could explain why there was Wi-Fi, why did I connect without my knowledge? I didn't have autoconnect on or anything. I checked the router name and the IP. The router name was Radio Nick, as a Nickelodeon.
Uh-oh. Suddenly I was covered in slime.
Nickelodeon was trying to subvert Disney. It didn't display an IP. It seemed to work fine. My internet browser was functioning perfectly. I shrugged it off and decided to take this opportunity to do a little more research. Didn't find anything that I didn't already know. Exciting. I continued to copy down the contents of the pamphlet. Finishing, I packed up my laptop and continued my journey.
Where did he put his laptop?
In his back pocket.
Okay.
I pinnacle walk when I half cock it.
So it doesn't make any sense to be like, you know what? Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do a little research on the place that I'm at.
Yeah.
Right. Like you wouldn't have done that ahead of time. And if you didn't do it ahead of time, you wouldn't do it now.
I like the idea of a corrosive, rotting, like just disgusting mascot running around who also is a Wi-Fi hotspot for no reason. It was starting to get dark, which was strange. It was only 2 according to my laptop.
The sun was setting in the sky. I'd never seen this before. I always thought the Earth was flat and didn't orbit anything.
That's right. I called up my buddy, and he came and picked me up. The end.
What?
The end. I asked him what time it usually got dark in Florida. He told me around this time of year, which was June, by the way. The sun set roughly 8 to 8:30. So he's lost time, I guess, on the island.
Sure.
Perplexed, I opened up my laptop to see the time was in fact 8:30. It literally said 2 o'clock 10 minutes ago.
Oh, no.
Literally.
Don't freak yourself out, bro, I told myself. It was probably just that sketchy rooter.
Don't freak out, bro. Okay, there's gonna be some Mickeys, maybe a few Donalds, but don't freak out.
If you see a Goofy, count to 10, close your eyes, it's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
This person is just like, I just have a weird phobia of Disney characters. Why are we taking me here? It's exposure therapy. I think this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
I'm getting around just fine. There tends to not be any Disney mascots outside of Disney Fallujah.
Disney Fallujah. God damn it.
It was probably just the sketchy router you connected that messed up your time. You probably set it to the wrong time zone or something. We arrived... I like how it just doesn't indicate who is speaking.
Yeah, there's no quotation marks on that, even though he's still supposedly saying it to himself. We
arrived to the shore, and I took my rental car to the hotel. After typing this up, What? It's really unclear. Like, does your friend have a car too, or did you just get a? I don't know. Anyway.
Wait.
Yeah.
So they couldn't afford a camera.
Yep.
This entry is littered with pictures.
Well,
they went out and bought a camera.
it could be someone else who added them too. We don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Just kind of weird.
I'll pick up my exploration.
There's a tape.
Yeah.
A tape from Treasure Island. So these are probably stills from the tape.
Yeah, the tape that we're not going to see because. I picked up my exploration. I'll pick up my exploration tomorrow. I took about 4 more days on my reservation, and I'm planning on making the best of them. The best.
The best of Disney Fallujah.
God damn it.
Post number
you know what? Wait. It's just like I got 6 more days on my reservation.
Oh, God.
Any Fallujah fans out there?
No. No one is a Fallujah fan.
Wow.
Post in the comments if you're a Fallujah fan.
What would Fallujah fans be called?
Fallusiers?
Fallusiers? What is up, Fallusiers? We're here.
About to Falluge my shit over this.
Damn it. I'm Fallusion it, man!
That island is hiding something. Well, I'm glad we left to that conclusion with basically zero buildup. Something big. I cannot think of any logical explanation of what I have witnessed today. I feel impure. Well, that's a personal problem. That's the only word that comes to mind when describing what I feel. Something unholy.
What if you had a commercial where 2 women are walking along the beach at shutdown Discovery Island? One turns to the other and says, "Do you ever have that impure feeling?"
That's the only word that comes to mind when describing what I feel. Something unholy has to have happened at that island. Cart before the horse. And I feel it's my duty to find out. Okay, before I get into what happened, let me level with you for a second. Here's the information I've got. I wasn't going to tell you it, despite, the 18 other paragraphs in the story, but remember in the last post when I told you to call me Delmar? You most likely thought that was a completely random name. And in all honesty, I thought so too. Turns out it's actually my real name. Whoops.
Turns out my real name is Ramled.
It's Remlazar. Remember the name of the mystery Wi-Fi signal I was getting? It was Radio Nick.
What do you get if you unscramble Radio Nick? Delmar.
Mm-hmm. Those 2 names are linked. Fuck. I dug a little deeper into the story of the island, and I found out the original owner of the island was a man by the name of Delmar Nicholson.
Jenny Nicholson, right.
Oh, God fucking damn. Literally Whoville. His nickname was Radio Nick, quote-unquote. I couldn't find any records on him, but I did get some information after interviewing some locals. They said he was the reclusive type. He was a brown recluse. He was a spider. He seemed, you know what? I wouldn't be mad if this island was full of gigantic spiders.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a departure from the Abandoned by Disney tropes.
What if it was just a bunch of spiders that all had a little piece of Walt Disney's brain in a jar implanted on top of them?
Yes!
Yeah.
Man, Fallujah's hell.
War never changes. Disney spiders go by.
We call them the Arachno-Imagineers.
Yeah. He seemed to have a dark cloud hovering over him at all times. He was anti-socialist. No, he was antisocial and didn't talk to anybody. I have even heard some claims that he was, get this, satanic. Freaking satanic.
God.
About to have a panic.
Subtlety. Thy name is dead.
I got a satanic panic in my back pocket with a laptop and a half cocked and a pen popped and,
now the ink's all over my shirt. Oh, no.
I'm beginning to think that I'm a rap Satan. What? No. That doesn't make sense.
That's a comforting thought while roaming the island previously owned by a freaking Satanist. When will you freaking learn?
When was this written? Like, we are so far beyond the satanic panic.
Dude, satanic panic is literally coming back. Have you not?
You're right. Like, as of this week, it came back.
As of the week of this recording, it's coming back.
Because a bunch of Christians realized, oh no, rap music may have imagery in it that I don't appreciate.
Well, I don't like wet-ass pussies. How about this guy? No, I don't like that either.
No.
I don't like anything.
What do you like? I like Bach.
I like Jesus.
Let's take. I tell you what.
Jesus wrote the best fucking tracks.
I tell you what. Let's take all these black performers. Take that L out of there and get to Bach. Let's have some Bach. No Bloch.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say we did forget to mention who wrote this at the beginning.
Well, it didn't say at the beginning. I think it's at the bottom.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Usually we say who it's by in the beginning, but okay.
Well, okay. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah.
It is the TheZayxe. ZAYXE. That is an Organization 13 member.
I have heard other claims that he was Wiccan. Other people just said he was a combination of the both. He was an atheist Muslim.
Yeah.
Or, as they described it, a Wiccan
Does this
that
person
believed
not
in
know
the
what
power of
religion
Satan.
is?
Yeah, I guess not.
It's just throwing random shit at and this is the problem. Ooh, Satan. Ooh, Wiccan. Who do you think is reading this? This is not edgy. This is not surprising.
Is this written by like a typical?
This is written by a
Christian-
Mormon kid who's like, I'm gonna put Wiccan and Satan into my story.
Some people said he was satanic. Other people said he was Wiccan. Still others say that he was just a big titty goth girl who shopped at Hot Topic. You know?
Oh.
Who, if she didn't dress like that, she would be a nice woman.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking that this is a Minnesota Mormon Karen that is like, this whole abandoned by Disney thing. I like this. I'm really enjoying this. I think that, a lot of America has been abandoned by God.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just need to bring Christ back in, to this creepypasta thing. I think that will set this country right back straight.
So is this by Elias?
Eat Christ and Creepypasta.
Yeah. Is this by Elias or is this by Scott Cawthon?
It's a collaborative project.
I like
between
the
both of
idea of abandoned by Disney, but I'm also hyper-Christian. Scott? Is that you?
Yeah. Well, we're starting to get, Elias he's reaching out there. He's making connections.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
He's going to take us places.
Yeah.
Scott, you have our info. Just keep that in mind when you're reading what happened to me. What happened to you? Do you know what's going to happen to you at the end of the story, bud?
Oh boy.
I said I had just arrived on the island. You could say I was you could say I was a little uneasy. That's me, not the story. I can't read.
You could say I was Lil Nas X.
In the way that I had the horses in the back with the horse stock attached, kind of on an edge, armed with new information.
Can we discuss
Information spelled AR-15.
Yeah. Here's all the information I need. Can we
Ezekiel 12:35:82 ACP.
Check my bump stock bibliography.
God damn it. Can we discuss the fact that is it Lil Nas X?
Yeah.
Yeah. For a second there I was questioning it. I was questioning a lot of things after I saw his video. Can we discuss that he put out a line of shoes with like a drop of blood in them or something, which is like literally what Kiss did back in the day with comic books and people got in an uproar over the satanic panic of that?
I mean, I'm not going to knock him for doing what works.
Well, I mean, it's like people have
it's
not
shock
changed.
value.
Yeah, I do love people saying like, that's so outdated, and it's just like, and it's still getting a reaction, which tells you it's fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, it will, because like, how many decades has it been since Kiss was prevalent? 30, 40? Like, you're just striking while the iron is hot. I can't knock that.
What if you opened a burger restaurant and you say there's a drop of cow blood in every burger?
Oh man, if Burger King were smart, they would do that.
Instead, they're telling women to get back in the kitchen.
They're not wrong. Oh man.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, Jesus Christ in our hearts, women in the kitchen. I'm glad you're catching on.
I got
Bitch,
my
get
horses
back
in the
here,
kitchen.
make me a
I got my what?
Okay.
I'll say. Sorry,
Get back in the kitchen and make me a Burger King.
Fuck.
Try the new King's Horse Burger.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The King's horses and all the King's men couldn't get your wife back in the kitchen again.
Fuck.
Once
You should
I
have.
tell you,
You should have just Humpty Dumptied her.
Thank you, Lil Nas X. You've been hilarious. I can't believe you're still getting people butt mad about. It's just like people getting mad about Flying Spaghetti Monster. They'll never let it go. They're like, yeah, Flying Spaghetti Monster, whatever. Yeah, it's fun. And it's just like, it's still triggering you, isn't it? Yeah. I still got that same feeling of dread as the day before. Only this time, I felt more sad than anything. I still entered the park determined to find out about this whole Pickle Rick thing.
I found Szechuan sauce all over the island.
It says
I got really
Rick.
angry and jumped up on a counter and started yelling. I planned my route the night before, and my first stop was the Explorer's Outpost. Judging by the name, it was some sort of employee area.
Why? Why was it an employee area based on the name Explorer's Outpost?
Yeah, no, that sounds like a gift shop or like a kid's play area or something.
It sounds like the place mommy and daddy go when the kids are busy to explore with each other.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really high concept glory hole.
Look, getting your rocks off in a Disneyland park is real difficult. I couldn't find any info on it, but I was going to trust my gut. I headed up to the dock and took a left. There was a building with a thatch roof that had splintered from storms since the closing, and walls made out of various wooden sticks, most of them snapped in half. A small sign stood out front, Explorer's Outpost. I think I'm in the right place. Why?
Mascot's Outpost.
I'm going to go to Explorer's Outpost. I found the sign that said Explorer's Outpost. I think I'm in the right place.
You don't know. Maybe the sign blew away. Now you're in the wrong place.
Maybe the sign blew away and hung itself on a different wall.
Yeah. Toilets? What?
I think some bums have been holed up in here, been rearranging some.
It's a toilet.
You know, that would be a good idea for a abandoned park story, is the idea of signs being moved around and having something where you go to some point where it says, something really interesting is behind the door, some sign. The person pulls the door open and is about to take a step in, but instead they shine their flashlight in and find like a whole big hole in the ground, like a big sinkhole. Like somebody put the sign in front of some big drop to your death, and the person just narrowly avoids it.
Actual realistic sounding urban exploration where stuff is falling apart, and that's the scary part of it.
Right. Somebody puts a sign up and it's like, gift shop, like I want to see this. Oh, wait, no. It's an old shaft from like an elevator or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, is this me now?
Yep.
Before proceeding inside, I looked up and remembered the position of the sun. I was blind, so all I had now was my memories. I walked through...
I remembered it was going to be a white boy summer. Yeah. That gave me a lot of comfort.
Yes. I walked through what was left of the deteriorating front door into a tropical room. It had an information desk and some benches. All of the ropes used to form lines had fallen over, and the door leading to behind the desk was blown apart. It was ass-blasted. More so than most of the room. It was as if something forced its way into the back. Horses, possibly.
Really? Something that got ass-blasted was forced its way into the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I proceeded with caution into the back room. Mm-hmm. Always proceed with caution, kids. Don't.
Mm-hmm. Don't go to the Explorer's Outpost.
There was a room with a bunch of filing cabinets inside. Most of them hung open, agape, with half of half of the files were on the floor.
I counted all of them and knew it was half.
Yeah.
I'm not happy because like when memes come out on Twitter, 99% of them go over my head and I just don't follow up. But I saw White Boy Summer so many times and went, all right, fine, I'll bite. What the hell is this? And I'm glad to know that it's just whatever you want to make of it because the actual definition is stupid.
I love White Boy Summer. It's just, if not for the fact that we are so many episodes in advance, we would totally do a White Boy Summer themed episode.
Oh, there will be some White Boy Summer memes coming out, so stay tuned, everybody in the past.
Hey, everybody, I hope you're having a good White Boy Summer at Fallujah Disneyland Park.
God damn it.
Really is the Magic Kingdom.
Just make sure you go to the Explorer's Outpost, have a really good ass-blasted White Boy Summer.
Brought to you by White Claw.
The corridor in particular was very dark, almost unnaturally dark.
Ooh.
But something about it made me freeze. Something about its head something turned its head around, and its eyes reflected in the light coming in the room. The eyes lunged at me.
It was a ghost from Pac-Man.
The light revealed it was a vulture. Ooh. Something short. It stopped short of my face, and instead of attacking me, it hovered while waving its wings at me. "Ma, what are you doing here? Get out of this is my house."
Yeah.
Ma.
I'm a Satanist. What?
I'm a Satanist.
Maybe a Wiccan.
Definitely gay.
Damn it.
As if shooting me away. I fell back in the breaking my laptop, and the vulture landed on the ground below it. It bowed its head at me. My heart was racing a mile a minute, but that gesture made me feel safe. It looked up at me and pointed its beak towards a cabinet. Oh, this is a helpful vulture. It tapped its beak on the face of the cabinet. It read, "Real estate." I've got my license to do real estate, ma. Gay Wiccan,
licensed broker in Florida.
If you need a new home, try Gay Wiccan Vulture. What?
LLP.
It's just a little red blazer.
Yes. Oh my god. Double. Gay Wiccan real estate broker vulture.
Tweet it to Lil Nas X and say, "I have an idea for your next video."
Look how we've turned Double not only into our has to turn out our stupid meme bullshit, but also serial harasser of famous Twitter accounts.
Double, get banned from Twitter.
I opened up the cabinet as the vulture watched. Only about 5 folders are present. I take them. What is this tense shift? It's pissing me off. The vulture waves its wings. Okay, you've got my attention. It taps its beak on another cabinet. It was the employee records. All of them. For all the employees in one place. I take those as well. To my surprise, I turn around for more instructions, and the vulture was gone. I didn't hear it fly away or anything. It was just gone. I wouldn't say I fled the island, though I briskly walked at a pace that you could compare to running in feet.
Instant retraction.
So you fled the island.
Instant retraction.
Oh. Imagine talking to somebody like this. You would just you would either stand up and leave the conversation, or you might just involuntarily punch them in the face and go, "I'm so sorry. I don't know why I just did that. But everything you were saying was pissing me off."
Imagine talking to someone like this, but don't actually imagine it and don't talk to them. Wait.
Leave immediately.
I sat at the dock and waited for my buddy to come pick me up. When he arrived, the vulture tapped on his pants. I unzipped them. When he arrived, I was so relieved. But as soon as I stepped onto the boat, this overwhelming feeling of fear and dread overcame me again, and I felt really dizzy. I fell over into my buddy's arms, and he drove me home. My head was stuck in the lobster pot. "Step, buddy," I said. "I'm stuck."
I fell over into his arms, and he's had a good time at the explorer's outpost I saw.
God damn it. You reek of vulture. He's a good friend. I took it easy from there. Oh, he took it easily from there. Mm-hmm. I still feel really uneasy and sad about, I don't know. I feel constricted for some reason, as if there is something looming over me, something that I couldn't control. "Choke me, Daddy," I call out. Well, despite my mental condition, I'm still looking into what happened on the island. I should probably start looking through those papers. See you all soon.
The homoerotic subtext of the story is more interesting than everything else in the story.
I do enjoy nameless person who might be Delmar and friend. They have a good dynamic relationship.
I ship them, personally.
Nameless person who might be Delmar and friend. Only on CBS.
We've got character. Post 3. This is going to be a very... This guy is going to be short. This guy's going to be short.
That's what God says whenever he makes a short dude. This guy's going to be short. Slap. Do, making people. This guy's gonna be a basketball player. This guy's gonna be short.
When God made my twin brother, he said, "Oh, what a magnificent specimen." When he made me, he said, "Lol." That was it.
Lol.
Lol, let there be Lloyd. I like the idea of God just up there, just having a good old time, and he's just like, they think they're doing it by fucking, but I'm just snapping them here. He's just storking them out.
Yep.
Guys, this is going to be a very short post. By the way, you making fun of me as ableist. This is the information I got. It perfectly correlates with what happened yesterday. Oh. I was looking through these employee records, and my suspicions have been confirmed. That Radio Nick guy was a huge Satanist.
All the employee records say, Satan, 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 Satan.
I mean, he was like a normal amount of Satanist. It's more that, like, he was just a tall guy. When God made him, it's like, I'm gonna make a big Satanist.
Yeah.
It turns out he had a gigantic upside-down pentagram that he would drag behind him at all times. Huge Satanist.
Now, God.
Yeah.
God, I have a question. Yes, my son? You're making a huge Satanist. Yes. And he has free will? Yes. But you're making him a Satanist? Yes. So he's going to hell? Yes. But he's not choosing that. Yes, he is. It's like, no.
I don't see what's so complicated about this. What's the problem?
Why did this become the fucking fedora tipping episode?
Because huge Satanist is the story. That's
true.
why.
That's true. God damn it. Man, he's such a huge Satanist. Oh, why? He sacrifices a chicken every day. No, he just gets a, Chick-fil-A off the dollar menu or whatever.
Chick-fil-A sacrificing chickens every day.
McChick-fil-A. Yeah, when you think about it, they are Satanists. They're just sacrificing all them chickens.
That's right.
Yeah.
The huge employee summary says that the huge island was sold to the huge Disney Corporation.
Welcome to Discovery Island. All our employees are fucking huge. Can I take your bags?
These giant cyclopses.
It's just it's that image of like the really tall woman holding the short woman up against the wall, but it's like huge employee and small employee.
Radio Nick. We call him Nicholson as an employee after the island construction was complete. They assumed it was because he couldn't bear to leave his beloved island. In the first couple of years, he acted normally.
So it was his, and what? He lost it to eminent domain, or he sold it, and God damn it! You tease real estate law on me, and I don't even get a fucking fact pattern.
Was he such a huge Satanist that they just took the island papers away from him, and he just kind of rolled over and reached absently, like, give me back my island?
But in his later years, just before the closing, other employees noticed a change in his behavior. Every day like clockwork, he walked into the jungle by the South American aviary section, not to be seen for a couple of hours. His superiors continually told him this behavior affected his workflow. This eventually led to his termination. Interestingly, though, the employee summary just abruptly ends there. But handwritten after the end of the summary, so you know it doesn't end, was some Russian text. Are we just throwing like everything, like the religious right in America doesn't like? Wicca, Satan.
They love Russia.
Russian.
What are you talking about?
Randomly passing out.
It's disgusting. It took me half an hour to decipher the individual symbols because I didn't have Google Translate on my free Wi-Fi, and I finally translated it online to the word Lucifer's Foul Game.
Well, that's not a word. Those are 3 words.
Mm-hmm. This astonished me and left me a bit confused.
I think that Russian is kind of like German, where they have like a word for everything, so they probably do have one word for Lucifer's Foul Game. It's like Scheidenfreude, in German.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
No. I analyzed...
Foul Game. They also have a separate word for huge Lucifer's Foul Game.
I analyzed what it could mean, and I've come to the conclusion this whole thing has to do with birds. Shit.
God damn it.
Lucifer's Foul Game, FOWL, has to do with
Wait
birds.
a minute. God damn it.
The vultures were the key. I've read up that in some cultures, the vulture is considered to be a symbol of good.
Not going to name those cultures, but sure, whatever.
Yeah. It makes me think that these vultures are trying to protect me from something, as well as exposing the truth. I also have read that there was a controversy connected to the vultures that took place when the park was still active. Disney employees were killing vultures because they said, quote-unquote, they were endangering the avian life on the island.
They were sacrificing the vultures to Walt Disney.
Yeah. I think the vultures were trying to get rid of the birds because they were connected to something evil. Or someone. Someone by the name of Radio Nick.
You know what? This has fallen into happy territory.
It really has.
And I am suddenly reinvigorated for reading it now.
Forensnick.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, but I love how Slimebeast is just like, man, I don't want to like fucking, why we gotta do these abandoned by Disney stories? Cause this happens. This is why we do it. I'm so glad we read this. That's all I've got to say so far in terms of theory. So if any of you have any critiques to my theory or information that could help, please don't hesitate to contact me to help write my story. I should also note that I have used all my food money to buy a digital camera.
Oh, okay. Here's where the pictures come from.
I'm going to starve to death, but at least I'll snap some sweet pics.
It's actually quite cheap. I'll be sending pictures if I can. I'll be leaving the island soon. Wish me luck.
Do you think
I have an update? My good buddy is actually giving me some food. All I have to do is make it for him in an apron and nothing else. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah. The narrator was female all along. What a twist. God damn it. No, what was I going to say? I forget now. Do you think this, when this was, say what?
Elias, leave all of this in.
Yeah. Do you think when this was originally written, the part where it says I spent all of my food money on a camera, do you think it had like a GoFundMe link in the original post?
I would hope so. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying like, hey, just help. But like, if the story is clearly fake, then that's fine. And it's clearly fake.
Yeah.
So like, I don't have any problem with them e-begging. I love how that used to be a term and now it's just like vanished.
Yeah. Now it's called what?
Help, I need to pay my medical bills.
No. Hey guys, this is post number 4 and this is me, right?
I think it's me.
Really?
Who just read?
Yeah, you're right.
I did.
Yeah, Brandon did. Yes,
yeah, you're right.
Hey guys, this is Delmar's friend. Oh, okay. I'm the one who's been boating him back and forth from the island and making sweet love to him. I have some weird news for you guys. We're together. It's a thing. Get over it. Delmar is currently incapacitated.
We're here. We're queer. We're huge Satanists.
Yeah.
Huge Satanists.
Delmar is incapacitated. He's in the thumb cuffs, so I'm just writing this.
I took Delmar to Explorer's Outpost. He hasn't been the same since.
The two of them are getting married, and the vulture brings the rings down.
God damn it!
I seriously ship these two, and I've never shipped anything in my life, but this is what I want to ship now. Delmar is currently incapacitated and incapable of getting a post out, and incapable of getting a hard on.
He can't get a post out. He can't get the post out.
Hey, look, his buddy really wore him out. He's out cold on this hotel bed, I'm sure he is right now, and he's been having night terrors. I'm worried about what he's been doing out on that island. All I really know is that he's been getting tenser every time I take him there. Mm-hmm. In the most recent ride I gave him, he tried to pass off one of those dollar store disposable digital cameras as something to use on a vacation. I let him borrow my camera, and this dude is just his fucking like sugar daddy.
Yeah.
God damn, I let him borrow my camera, and he graciously accepted. After leaving, I was only in my house for 15 minutes before receiving a text from him. The text said, "Come now." I'm sure it did, and I raced to my car.
Oh, God. For anybody wondering, that does say C-U-M in the story.
No, but it does say C-O-M-E period, N-O-W period. Hence urgency. That's all I need.
The text said, "Come now. My parents are out." When I arrived at the island, I found him face down, presenting.
I found him face down, ass up, against the Explorer's Outpost.
Right where I left him.
He was getting ready to ass blast the Explorer's Outpost.
God damn it. When I arrived at the island, I found him face down, out like a light on the ground. Where would he be other than on the ground if he's face down?
Down the clown until he was out like a light on the ground.
I found him face down on the roof. After failing to wake him up, no matter how much I kissed the nape of his neck, I just carried him on the boat and brought him to the hospital. The doctors said he was okay, but pregnant. The doctors said he was okay. At first they thought he was knocked out with a concussion, but then they found out he was knocked up from my...
With a baby.
Cumcussion.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I'm gonna give you a cumcussion.
Oh, God.
You're gonna forget how to count.
So hard, I gave her a cumcussion.
Yeah.
It's not looking good, sir. He's got stage 3 ass blasting all over his body.
He suffered 13 concussions in the past week.
It's not good to suffer that many concussions in quick succession.
God damn. At first they thought he was knocked out with a concussion, but that they examined him and found nothing wrong. I think it's supposed to be, but then they examined him.
Yeah.
They just prescribed some rest, so I did just that. Wait, why would this guy be doing the rest? Oh, right. Oh, right.
He forgot what perspective he was writing from, but that's fucking perfect. Oh man, my buddy, he's really hurt. I guess I'll take a nap then.
Yeah, take a nap, hold him in my arms. I know this blog is important to him, so I thought it would be right if I posted something while he is unavailable. Just wanted to update for you who follow this blog. He should be awake by tomorrow.
This blog is really important for him, so I'm going to hijack it.
Yeah.
I definitely needed to get something out because it's been a week, but I couldn't think of what to write. So, the buddy is here now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it's Brandon's turn.
Post 5. I'm done. I am never setting foot on that island again. I just got home from Florida. I waited a while before typing this post for the sake of my sanity. Let me explain what happened. I just woke up and I don't remember anything. My buddy was there. He said that he didn't roofie me.
No.
He explained what he saw happen. We talked for a while. Before he left, he had errands to run. I got comfy in my bed and turned on the TV. So the buddy lives in the same area that he lives in, and they also had a plane ticket. I had not questioned the entire story.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The TV illuminated the room, and I noticed that the camera my buddy let me borrow, I guess he forgot it. I got out of bed and picked it up, and turned it on to see if it would charge the battery. It's common courtesy. To see if I should charge the battery. It's common courtesy. It was then I noticed that there were only a couple of minutes left on the tape. So it's that kind of camera?
Sure. Whatever.
Yeah, a VHS recording camera.
Digital
Yeah,
VHS camera. Yeah.
I guess, yeah. He gave me a blank tape with about 2 hours of footage on it. That means I've recorded something. It's impossible, though, since I had only been on the island for about half an hour. A morbid curiosity came over me, and I decided to plug it in and watch it. Why would it be a morbid curiosity? It would just be curiosity. Hey, I went here to check out this thing.
I don't know. I mean, if you were passed out on the beach and you didn't know why, maybe.
You're in Florida and you're passed out on the beach. That's just going to South Florida.
It's called being in Florida.
Yeah.
Listen, any ass blasting that happens in Florida stays in Florida.
Yep.
It started out with me waving goodbye to my buddy. I began my hike through the island. The video cut to me at the aviary section of the island.
Is this in third person, like a Resident Evil game?
The dog slept through the window and scared me. Keep in mind that I don't remember any of this. I was looking around for anything that might answer some questions. How would you know if you don't remember? I headed for the maintenance area.
He's talking out loud while he's recording. Doo-doo-doo. Well, time to go look for anything that might answer some questions.
Hey, Twitch, what's up? I'm looking for anything that might answer my questions. I closed the door behind me, being the genius I am. It was somewhat dark in there. Light enough so you can see, but dark enough to make you feel uncomfortable. It was a room full of bags of bird seed, some ripped open and spilled on the floor. Big Bird was there, looking guilty. There was a bucket in the corner, from what I can see, with some scrapers next to it.
Big Bird was in the corner jelqing.
That's Big Bird in the corner.
What?
Jelqing his oddly shaped bird penis.
Losing his PBS access.
His what?
I don't know. Fuck.
His PPS.
I'm tired and I'm drunk. Shut up.
I could only guess what that's for. Oh, okay. I continued on into the dim room, when I find a room with a bunch of pedestals scattered on the floor. It seemed like they were ripped off my something and hastily thrown into a back room. Off my something. Should be by
Ripped
something.
off my something.
Oh, God. I put the camera on a nearby AC unit.
Step
And I
one
watched...
of jelqing
Yeah.
is to make sure to not rip off your something.
That's right.
It's easy to get overzealous.
And I watched myself pick one of them up. I look surprised and a bit scared as the pedestal falls into cum. I show the camera the face of the pedestal. It was one of those information pedestals that taught you about the bird it was showcasing. Of course. Of course that's what it is. I can totally recognize what that means. It had an upside-down pentagram burned on it. This is the pentagram bird. This is the pentaparrot. I paused the
Found
tape.
commonly in the third level of hell, the demon vulture. We need to get Animal Fact Files to do a demon bird episode now.
Yes. I paused the tape to clear my head, after which I continued, bracing for the worst.
Do you know what this story reads like? Someone who has written the explained video for their own story before they've actually released the story. That's why it's, hey, I'm going to go here, and by the way, this is what's going to happen, and in the entire explanation for it, all in the same sentence.
Is Radio Nick's sus?
Satanist. Yeah, I picked up another one and showed it, this one to the camera. An upside-down cross with... Wait a second.
Oh my god.
He turns the camera upside down and the cross is right side up.
Bum,
Oh,
bum,
no.
bum.
Oh my
An upside down cross was what happened to be a crude Mickey Mouse, and they'll do it.
It's a regular Mickey Mouse, but it's very crude in what it's saying. I'm down to a fucking cross, you douchebag. Put me the fuck down.
I die for your sins, haha.
Yeah.
I have arms wide open.
Pontius Pilate, you gotta let me down from here.
All the blood is rushing to my head. Oh, I hate it here in Fallujah. I just hate it.
Oh, you're letting Barabbas go? Bye, Mickey. See ya.
And that's the real reason for Christmas, Maxie. What? Dad, you're drunk on eggnog again.
God damn it.
They tried to crucify me, Maxie.
The liberal media doesn't want me to tell the truth.
Cancelled?
Yahoo!
Now, Maxie, you're gonna hear some things about the Capitol and where I was at the time.
Dad, how come your car's all busted up? No reason.
Oof. Oof.
No goof.
Now goof. You know the election was fair. I put it down slowly with a bang, but a bang made me freeze. A bang made you freeze?
Yeah.
A bang.
That's a loud sound. Made me
Bang,
freeze
bang,
up.
bang on the freezer, baby. I can't hear you.
I know whenever I hear a bang, I freeze instead of being startled.
Yeah.
I stood there for about 10 seconds, timestamp, before something made me grab the camera and run. The video cut to me walking outside. It was dark out now. Using a flashlight to lead the way, I briskly walked through the park. It was eerily quiet. The only sounds I could hear were heavy breathing and quiet footsteps. This continued for about 10 minutes, timestamp. The video cut out again. This time, I began wondering as to why I didn't just upload this video to the internet. But I knew that there was going to be a satisfactory reason as to why.
Yep.
This time, it was in what appeared to be a bathroom.
I was ass blasting my brains out.
I was kneeling on the ground, facing the side of the stall.
Oh
unzipping
no!
my pants, going up against the explorer's outpost. I was leaning on it as if being deprived of strength. I turned around to the camera and started to softly sob. I was feeling uneasy watching this, as I don't normally cry because I'm a pretty tough pro gamer.
I'm the epic atheist.
After a bit of sobbing, a female-sounding voice in the distance simply said, "Simp!" in a
Simp.
firm voice.
Yes.
Stated, "Stop!" in a firm voice. I did as she commanded. I hesitated for a bit, and without warning, I punched a hole through the hard plastic stall wall and began cramming my dick in there.
Yeah.
Jelqing furiously into the
God damn it.
adjacent area, and began to scream before the video cut to a new scene.
Have you guys ever seen the Moki cartoons?
I don't think so.
Moki.
It's just a YouTube poop shitpost kind of thing, like with Mickey Mouse characters. I would recommend watching it. Anyway.
Okay.
You guys ever seen...
The joke of it being that a voice from that would make no sense because you don't know what it is. So anyway.
I'll suggest that, and also suggest Prostitute Mickey, because it's
Yes.
hilarious. This time, I was in a security room. All the TVs were functioning perfectly. I was watching for Freddy Fazbear.
God damn it.
They were all displaying different parts of the island. People were hustling and bustling around the exhibits and displays, so we're just sipping through time.
Is this
The cameras-
is this Five Nights at Treasure Island?
Oh my, no, because I think in that game it's actually abandoned still, so probably not. The camera zoomed in on the date displayed in the corner. All I could get of it was 1999. Oh my god. I believe it to be the date of the park closing. It showed there was one man that climbed over the railing into the jungle. The security feed began to fast forward and stopped after 10 seconds timestamp of fast forwarding. The security feed began to fast forward and
Yeah.
stopped after 10 seconds of fast forward.
I like the idea of the vulture tapping the keys to fast forward and play it and everything.
This part's boring.
Yeah.
What I saw next, I couldn't get out of my mind. All the people in all the feeds were covering their ears and bending over in agony. This is definitely not Room Zero.
It's a group ass plastic.
I like the vulture just like sending like in front of the keyboard like fast forward, I want to see the part where the gorilla gets shot.
God damn it. Would that be a mass blasting or was all the people
Math
in the
Blaster.
park? Yeah, math blaster.
Can we stop calling them mass shooting and start calling them mass ass blasting?
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
damn it. It would make the news a lot lighter, don't you think?
10 people were ass blasted.
God damn it.
Oh.
But was the ass blaster white or black?
Oh, Jesus Christ. White until proven otherwise, I guess.
White until proven minority.
The only people that weren't were the employees, who started to show alarm. They held up alarm clocks to the camera. I could understand why. I guess he's saying he can understand why they're alarmed, but I read it as he can understand why they weren't affected, which I was like, why? If everybody except me and my coworkers began to act like that, I would panic too. They tried things from shaking the people, including the babies, to hitting them, including the children. God, guys, okay, everybody. Rick, John, Peter, Sarah, we've got to get these people out of this condition. Everybody grab someone and shake them and start slapping them. Rick, I notice you went right for the 2-year-old. You kind of just wailing on that baby.
I'm gonna ass blast this.
No! Rick,
No.
no. God damn it.
And that's why they call him Rick Roll.
Yeah. Nothing got them to respond. One of the employees stood up, shouted something at the other employees, and started to run away with them, as if away from something. Yeah. Why these people are running, as if away from something? I soon realized...
I got up and ran away.
And angry, yeah. I soon realized what that was when a black mist rolled over the island visitors at a surprising rate. I realized it was fast-forwarding again. No. It didn't even seem like mist. Just a black mass, blasting, that consumed the camera's view. I stopped the security feed and backed away to show all of the TVs. To the camera? In his hand, I guess? Just then, a soft voice spoke from behind. Hello.
Hello, governor.
Hello, how you doing?
The cameras were... Man, we haven't heard from Harvey Bickle in a while. We need Harvey Bickle to show up and ass blast some kids. The camera swerves around to show Snow White staring blankly into the camera. Have you met Nick yet? She undergoes a gruesome transformation. Her eye sockets turn into dark black, and veins around her eyes splinter out from the center. Her eyes turn white, and they turn black, and they splinter into black and white veins that black and white violently.
Her eye sockets turn into back pockets.
And she violently cocked her head to the side with a loud crunch. Her jaw dropped and almost touched her shoulder as she let out what sounded like a scream. It was so loud, it distorted the audio. She put her arms wide open out in front of her and lunged for the camera before it cut again.
Okay. I was wandering through what appeared to be a plaza sort of place. You know, like a plaza. I every once in a while peered into one of the displays or snack bars. I was very hungry. Every time I would find another pentagram burnt into the ground on the inside. My silence worried me. Whispering became audible, but it was multiple voices. My footsteps became paired with another, and so on. My walk became a brisk jog, and I stopped checking in the displays. I was tempted to stop the video, but I gathered my courage and pressed on. I abruptly stopped in place, while the whispering and the footsteps grew louder. I quickly turned around to find nothing, while the whispering and footsteps stopped. I let out a pained sigh of relief, or at least that's what it sounded like.
Hey, Peter!
Chica! Stop the whispering. I turned back around again to be greeted by Mickey Mouse. He said, "Have you met Nick yet?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Mickey began to violently Harlem shake, after which his eyes exploded. Wait, that doesn't work. Sending entrails from his eyes and blood spewing out of his eye sockets. I've got entrails in my eye sockets.
Want to see my entrails come out?
Yeah.
It's just like when you do a brutality in Mortal Kombat and there's like 5 rib cages.
Yeah.
God damn it. I hear a scream from an unknown voice. Then halfway through the explosion, the video cuts again. It was lighter out. I was going to read that as the lighter was out. I don't know what that would mean.
Get your lighters out.
Yeah. Blood was spattered on the camera, but only a little bit. So, it's spattered on the camera, but a little. Just like a dot or a couple little dots. I was sobbing again, but I was holding the camera and walking through the woods. The camera jerked forward, and I almost dropped it. The camera pointed down to the ground, where an arm was sticking out of the ground, grabbing my ankle. Jesus, this has everything. This story has it all.
Yeah.
I pulled away and pulled the rest of the body that belonged to the arm out with it. It was a sickly version of Mowgli, the protagonist from the Jungle Book. He looked again. Okay.
You mean it's literally just a little child?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked gray, and he strangely had more contrast than the rest of the shot. He was photonegative. His hair had fallen out, leaving only a couple of dangling strands. I started to cream. I assblasted all over the jungle. I started to scream for help.
This little brown boy's so ass-blasted he turned gray.
God damn it.
Are we in Thailand?
Fuck. What?
Oh, fuck. Oh, my lord.
We
what
can't
is
release
happening?
this episode. We can't release this.
Let's just mark it NSFW. It'll be fine.
That's not the issue. There's just an uncanny amount of ass blasting of children.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck. But to be fair, we have clearly established that means there's just been shooting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just your average, mass shooting. Oh. I dropped the camera, showing a shot of multiple Mowglis climbing the tree.
Uh-oh.
We got multiple Mowglis climbing on the trees.
785, code 6, 105 North Avenue 52. We got Mowglis climbing the trees.
Sending the SWAT vultures over.
SWAT vultures. SWAT vultures! The 90s show you've never seen. SWAT vultures!
Yeah, are we good to deploy ass blasting?
God damn it.
That's a confirm. Go ahead and ass blast. They were all yelling and barking and yelling? Okay. My foot had just escaped the camera's view as all of the Mowglis pounced onto me. Began ass blasting.
Jesus.
No wonder I had a concussion.
True story really happened. Ass blasted by 50 Mowglis. I also escaping the camera's view. After that, it got quiet. The camera sat there for roughly 30 seconds. Times re-entering view. I stood up and picked up the camera. I walked out of the jungle for a while. I walked through the jungle for a while until I got to a cliff. I
noticed that my pants were unbuttoned.
I had to jump over a railing to get to it. I placed the camera down and walked towards the edge of the cliff, leaning over the edge. And
what?
fell.
Oh my god. I'm dead. Bye.
That should be the title of a story. Somebody post that on No Story. Just, I'm dead, period. Bye, period.
I'm done. I'm done asking questions. I'm done being curious. I'm done looking for answers. I'm done. I refuse to try to analyze anything I saw on that tape. Don't worry. We've done it for you. I refuse to further explore the topic. I'm done with this blog. This will be my last post. I know this may be an anticlimactic ending. Oh, trust me, it wasn't. But I honestly couldn't care. Feel free to speculate and discuss any theories on this because I'm not going to write a satisfying conclusion.
You know
Just
what?
know that I will
You know
not
what?
be answering any
You know what?
questions.
You know what? The future is 100 Mowgli's climaxing forever.
Oh, Lord.
No, I will not provide the video because I'm too lazy to make it. I'm not wasting my time digitizing it. The only thing I will provide is this picture I found on my digital camera that I bought. Goodbye, all. I was going to say y'all. I'm done. That's it.
And then there's a picture.
Yeah, it's a picture of a ripped Minnie the Mouse.
Yeah, she's fucking ripped. She's like super muscular.
Yeah.
Is it Minnie the Mouse or is it Snow White?
I don't know.
It looks like Snow White, but somebody thought it was Minnie. I don't know.
Because, like, it has the... Oh, no, actually, yeah. Maybe Snow White makes more sense. I don't know.
It's an ego face.
Get you a girl who looks at you like that.
Oh, well, this is the episode that gets us canceled.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I said anything bad.
I don't know.
If you were offended by anything in this episode,
Please leave a comment.
Please, comment about how much you hate it, leave an ironic like, and subscribe so you can be mad in the future as well.
Elias, I want you to bleep out all the offensive material, so most of this episode will just be white noise.
White noise.
That's what it is every time, Abysmii.
Oh.
This has been the Fear Fiction Podcast. Your hosts are Abysmii, Dead Palette, and Slimebeast. Music by Abysmii. Art by C.F. Comer. Voiceover by Atticus Jackson. Edited by Elias the Intern. Subscribe to Fearfic on YouTube to stay up to date on new episodes.
Good morning, listeners, and welcome to another episode of Book Burn, where we look at new and interesting books that are just burning up the top seller list. With me today is Dr. Twizzle Honeybottom, author of the Willy Wiggler series. Beloved by children across the globe, the Willy Wiggler books are celebrated for their rich, immersive world of magic and wonder. Dr. Honeybottom, pleasure to have you here this morning.
Pleasure to be here.
All right. So, first of all, as someone who grew up reading the Willy Wiggler series, I just wanted to say thank you.
Oh, do go on.
Now, as our audience no doubt knows at this point, the first Willy Wiggler movie is coming to theaters this weekend. Young and old alike will have the chance to enter Willy's world of mermaids and minotaurs, of goblins and gazelles, and doctors and demons in a way never before imagined, on the big screen. I imagine that must be very pleasing for you.
Yes, quite. It really is a thrill seeing all my old familiar friends in living, breathing Technicolor. I do hope some new fans join in on the fun this go round, and King Merryweather is gay.
Yes, and of course, I'm sorry. King Merryweather.
Oh, is gay. Yes, incredibly gay, like out and proud, leading the gay parade down Gay Street, mayor of Gaytown and all that.
Well, that is quite progressive. I, for one, applaud you for such a forward-thinking, albeit oddly late, statement regarding a character that's been considered heterosexual by default for, 10 years now?
And he's a neo-Nazi.
I'm sorry?
King Merryweather is a gay neo-Nazi. Oh, look at you, you're all confused now.
I suppose I am.
Hey, look at me. I'm interviewing the world's most successful young adult author, and I don't know what's going on anymore. My world's a lie. That's you.
Getting back on track, in your first book, Willy Wiggler and the Janky Jiggler, you introduced us to Arch-Admiral Cthulian. Now, I think most would agree that Cthulian is one of the scariest antagonists in modern literature. Is he inspired by any real or imaginary villains?
You think Arch-Admiral Cthulian is the bad guy? No, my dear boy. Why, didn't you pick up on the subtle subtext?
No?
Cthulian is indeed based on two very important people, speaking personally. Very, very influential figures in my personal life, and, in fact, my entire upbringing.
Which would be...
the Lord and Saviour, Jesus Christ.
And?
Joseph Stalin.
And he's... and he's... Arch-Admiral Cthulian is the hero.
The protagonist, yes.
Okay, but the series is named after, and stars, Willy Wiggler, the plucky young boy with a heart of gold, who's kept in a cage in his mother's basement because his father came from... Oh my fucking god, it's an analogy for the Holocaust.
Willy Wiggler, by the way, is also transgender.
Oh, stop. Just stop it right now.
A female-to-male transgendered boy who voted for Donald J. Trump and believes Sleepy Joe Biden stole the election. He's also a member of Antifa, but is incredibly, horribly, virulently racist against the Koreans.
You're just being confusing for the sake of being confusing now.
Willy's best friend Tessa Timidmouse is Native American.
In Book 3, Willy Wiggler and the Tunnel of Tribulation, you explicitly say, in no uncertain terms, and I quote, Tessa Timidmouse was a whitey white girl who was so white that she looked like a girl made of pure mayonnaise. And, by the way, Dr. Honeybottom, good sir, I can recite that quote from memory, because until today I was one of your biggest and most dedicated fans. I ran the Detroit chapter of the Willy Wiggler fan club.
Well, I'm sorry I'm more woke than you are, I guess. Tessa is from the Sioux tribe. Now, ask me where she was on 9/11.
Sir, I think you need to leave. This is just beyond the pale. Never in my life have I... Wait a minute. Wait. Your face.
Don't touch my face.
It's peeling off at the bottom, and... Let me give this a pull. Oh, now I see what's been going on all along.
That's right, it's me, an evil random skeleton who ruins things for people. My life force can only be replenished by the angry Twitter ranting of millennials and Zoomers.
And you would have gotten away with it, too, if it wasn't for a book burn.
Please, you must, all of you, spread the hashtag cancel Willy Wiggler, please, or I'll die!
Join us next week when I'll be talking to Timothy Tickletane, creator of the mystical science fiction romance novel Ridley Rad and the Space Station of Sleaze. Hopefully we'll have one episode that doesn't end with a fucking skeleton.
Dead by Daylight.
No,
buy it.
Absolutely not.
Buy it, play with me, because I'm lonely.
Haven't we done this before? Or have you just in general begged people to play with you all the time?
Probably. Though the offer still stands.
Apparently there's going to be Resident Evil downloadable content.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
Ooh, I mean, yay.
Yeah.
It's going to be underwhelming.
It will.
Everyone can already tell.
If they were smart, they would have the imposter from Among Us as a killer. I genuinely...
I'm sure that's next.
Say what?
I'm sure that's next.
Well, I genuinely believe that would breathe new life into Dead by Daylight. It probably would piss off a lot of people, but it is the correct business decision.
Every decision pisses off everyone in that game, so that's par for the course.
Definitely the correct business decision, but morally, it's a little bit sus.
Is the right business
2.
decision ever moral? But go ahead, sorry.
Just put him in, I've said this before, just put him in Dead by Daylight 2, which is where all the goofy shit lives. Fucking Frankenstein, Zat, Among Us, Rawhide Rex.
Goofy.
Goofy. What is Rawhide Rex? This is what
Rawhead Rex, whatever the fuck his name is. I'm
I know
tired.
he's just making stuff up.
This is a new plug. Go watch Rawhead Rex.
Go watch Rawhead and Morty.
What?
Oh, geez, Rawhead. I don't know if you should be doing that to her.
Rawhead.
I don't think that priest deserved it, but okay.